Hello, everybody. I just wanted to put a little video out there of consideration. Okay. Well, I do live in a home. My name is Eden, by the way. Let me go back to that. I didn't want to jump into. So my name is Eden, by the way, and I live in a beautiful community. I do. I think that this whole area, the people here are wonderful. But sometimes you get that one neighbor that wants to be a know-it-all. And I get it. Look, I'm like what, 41 years old? And that's okay too. I guess the neighbor, he's in his 20s. So these are for people that are wanting to move into homes. You need to learn some rules. There's rules. There's respect for other people. There's rules. Okay? First off, when you move into a home, this is not like living in an apartment building where you get to throw your trash out of your car and think that the apartment building staff is going to come and pick it up. No, you be considerate. Not only put your trash in a bag, but put the bag in the can. Don't just throw your trash right out of your car onto the floor, especially if you're sharing a driveway with your neighbor. Be considerate. 2, please keep your yard clean. That especially if you have a beautiful neighborhood and you turn out to be that one slob in the fucking neighborhood. Excuse my language. In the effing neighborhood where you're a freaking slob, and then you decide you want to be a makeshift mechanic because you're not even a real mechanic. And you decide to park random cars in your front lawn. Now, I've been living in my home for almost 10 years. Like, I probably say the end of this year will be my 10th year completed. And I've had, about 5 neighbors and people come and go. And I've this whole neighborhood, we all know each other. But we just recently got a young man. He's got to be about 25, 26, somewhere around there. And he's got a girl. They got 2 kids. And my driveway is not up to par, as you can say. It's decent, but it's not decent. You know what I mean? It's one of those driveways where the whole thing needs to get ripped up. There's gravel and rock and sand, and it's not all the way made through. And the winter comes and excuse me, I apologize. It's just, he not only throws trash. Now, here's the thing. You throw parties. I don't care if you throw parties. I don't care if your animal barks all night. That don't bother me. You can sit here and be loud all you want. That does not bother me. What does bother me is when you F with me. Leave me alone. I like to be peaceful. I like to be in my own area. You rent your space to do what you want to do. I own my space. I don't rent. I own my space to do what I want to do. And I can be fair. That's why I said if you throw parties and you got the whole street blocked up, that don't bother me. What does bother me is when you're throwing trash on the ground. That is like the biggest pet peeve of mine. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose. He's just a fucking slob. He's coming from the projects. Where are you coming from? Like, I literally sit in my car, in my driveway, because I to have a peace of mind, I need my space from my kids. So I sit in my car. I have a couple cars in my driveway, so my car is like the last one towards the street. So I get to look at the whole yard, at the house, and everything. I watch my neighbor literally come out of his front door to throw food out of his bowl out the front door, like literally swoosh. Chicken bones. Now, I have dogs as well. This is what I'm talking about, being inconsiderate. Sometimes I feel like he does it on purpose. At this point, you have to really look at it that way. Because when he first moved in here, it's going to be a year now, and I've asked him several times, hey man, can you not throw garbage on the floor? Can you not throw this? Can you not do that? Because it's getting over here. I'm constantly cleaning up. I cut my grass every Saturday. I keep my yard clean. I'm anal about it because the city comes out and tickets you. And then I don't want to get a ticket for having trash all over my stuff when he's the one throwing the trash out. So please, people, please, people. Be considerate, man. It's not that hard, man. Stop being slobs and nasty and trifling. Like, you just, come on, where you coming from? The projects? And if that's how you gonna live, then you need to go back over there. You're not gonna go into a nice suburb, because this is like middle class and almost middle class. It's not, again, it's not the best. I can do way better, but I'm not. This is where I'm at the moment in my life. And don't mess with my peace. Don't mess with my peace. And my peace consists of having my area clean. Now, I like having my grass cut, green, my yard, my sidewalk all clean. Don't mess with my rocks. Don't throw. When he moved in here, he had his kids throwing rocks at my cars. I got my whole right side of 3 cars dinged up because they were smashing their doors into my cars there. And I kept telling him, like, hey, listen, in this area, the wind blows hard. So if you're going to have like umbrella chairs or anything like that, please, tie it down because it's going to fly. You can't tell me what to do. Or I don't know if that's the attitude they had, because the next day, their umbrella chair was so far up my van's ass that it left a whole arm's length of scratches. And I'm not talking about just a little scratch here and there. I'm talking about deep scratches. The paint chipped off. Like, it was... Then I look at my other car. I got like 7 dings. It looks like they were throwing, like they were just hitting it with a hammer. Like, it was just because they opened their doors and they hit my car with their doors. Like, they're not considerate. And if you're going to be that rude and that disrespectful and that trifling to just throw trash on the floor, fuck up my shit. Excuse my language again. I am so sorry. Mess up my stuff, my things that I worked really hard for. Then you need to just go back to where you came from. And it bothers me to say that this is like, look, I can't say it's like they're coming from the slums. They're coming from the low end of town, and you develop bad habits, and they don't want to, like, he don't want me to hear, like, here's another one. Okay. Now, there was this winter that just passed. It was a couple days or a few days that, it was really cold and it snowed a lot and whatever. Now, I have a town and country that town and country. The way the driveway is, you have to keep it clean. So he decides to park a crappy car that broke down. He went specifically. He parked it here at the end of his driveway and blocked the plow from coming and shoveling all of that out the way. So when the plow went around his car, it ended up on my end of the driveway, and he dumped all that. So I spent 3 days chopping ice, snow, a mountain, up to here. Okay, it wasn't like I was just shoveling and no, that it was a lot. It was up to here. I spent 3 days chopping it. Okay, trying to pull my van out. I ripped my whole bumper. Ended up trying to get in and out his driveway. Ripped my whole bumper, dude. I was just, and then I couldn't get in and out because at the end of his driveway, he had his car parked there. So I was stuck in my driveway. But when I tell him, like, listen, can you move that car from there? Do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna call nobody, but I'm gonna tell you this. Do you need money? Do you need help? Do you need me to pay for a toll to help you move this car? Do you need me to go get my kids, my big, strong, manly boys, to come help you and move this car? Because I ripped my bumper trying to get out of my driveway because you parked that car right there. I'll do it. I'll figure it out. Well, if you need help, let me know, but I need it done immediately because I can't keep getting in and out my driveway, and I'm going to end up like I already look. And with his mechanics, that threw it in. And then with his mechanic situation, now mind you, our houses are ranch homes, and our front yards are big, but they're not that big. Nothing is fenced in. And like I said, a driveway is like rock, gravel, whatever, whatnot. He has trash frozen over from God knows when, from the back of the garage all the way to the front. Now, I've been picking up trash for a while now, and I know it's not me and my kids. We've been living here for a minute, and I holler at my kids, pick that up, pick this up, go here. My kids cut this grass, and we all get down and groovy in here. So at this point, it has gotten to be too far. He's mad. He's mad. He's upset. And I don't have no beef with him. That's the thing. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you do it, when you do it, where you do it. Don't bother me none. But what does bother me is the trash. Come on, man. Be considerate. Be respectful. And if you know that's their situations, and come on, just help me out here, because I got other neighbors. Literally, I'm the one that shares the driveway with him. He's been throwing parties, which, to be honest with you, that don't bother me. I really don't care. The parties, I think they're great. I open my windows and I listen to the music, and hearing the people talk makes me feel wonderful. But at the same time, you're throwing trash everywhere, and that's my main thing, the trash. 2, the mechanics, right? Now, it's been raining, and you know that the driveway is lousy a little bit, not that much, but you know that if you're bringing in and out cars and you're doing all kinds of crap, and you're doing whatever you're doing, clean up after yourself. I have literally replaced my right side tires a good 4 times, both tires, front and back. Now, we're going to get into an argument. I already know this. If he keeps doing these things, I'm just going to end up calling the landlord. I already called the police and made a police report, like when he parked the car there. And I made the police report about the trash. I'm about 2 seconds away to going and complaining to the city, because I spent a whole year talking to him. It's simple. It's simple. Like, it's just consideration. Like, I'm not even trying to be an ass. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to argue with you. But when I don't get the results I want, now I'm going forward, because you have like 4 other neighbors, a good 2 on his side and 2 on my side, that are already complaining about him, and they're ready to call the cops. They're ready to call the city. They done banged on my door asking me if he was home. And they were telling me a whole bunch of stuff that they're uncomfortable with. I don't mind all the stuff that they're complaining about. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. None of that stuff that they're complaining about, it really matters. It's just being petty, okay? But the trash, pick up the trash. Wherever it's okay. I literally watched him open the front door and throw a whole bowl of chicken bones out in the front yard. And I sit in my car a lot. I sit in my car the majority of the time that I'm home. I'm usually here, okay? When he saw the look on my face, he waited for me to leave to pick them up. Next thing you know, I have puppies. I have baby puppies. My puppies are less than 12 months old. And I let them out, and the one puppy was choking on a bone. I ended up having to stick my fingers down his throat, and I pulled the bone out. So I'm sitting here, and then he got real sick. I don't know if it was just from the bone itself or what. I ended up taking him to the vet. I paid about $500 between x-rays and God knows what, which I'm not going to charge him for, because it's like, again, it's just petty. Shit happens. But it wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have thrown them freaking bones out here. So when I went to go take pictures of the bones, he had picked them up. I was pissed. I was like, if my dog dies, I'm suing your ass. So I guess I was out here the other day, and my mom starts yelling at me, "What happened to your driveway? Oh my God, all this mud." I was like, yeah, because Mom, he's parking the cars in the front lawn. At first it didn't bother me, but I didn't realize how bad the situation was going to get. It doesn't bother me because I don't care. I mind my own business. You just go do what you do over there in your area. So I don't care. But when it starts affecting me, then I care. Because I don't want to be involved in your life. I don't want to be involved in anything you have to do with anything about you. Live your life free and happy. Enjoy yourself. I hope you can enjoy yourself. I would like for us to be great neighbors. But don't want to deal with the extra shit that I don't have to deal with. With that being said, now the whole front yard is not only muddy, there's trash flying around everywhere. There's screws everywhere. There's mechanic, like he literally has all kinds of mechanic tools thrown from the backyard to the front yard. And I have same shit he's got. I got what you call them? A jack, one of them jack, the big industrial jacks, the good one. I have all that shit. Like I have tools, but I put that shit to the back, to the back. Like just find a place for it, man. He leaves it on the front. There's bikes everywhere, and it's just a mess. It's a mess. You have like mud everywhere. I can't walk out of my home without getting mud all over my shoes because of the whatever he's got going on over here. It's insane. And the thing about it is, it's all on his side. We're sharing the driveway, so all I want is for him to be respectful, and I want him to be considerate. I can be respectful and considerate, whatever you need. I'm a good neighbor. If you need anything, I can give it to you if I have it. And if you need any help with anything, if you ever need, like, for example, let's say your water gets cut off and you need some water, hey, man, throw the fucking hose all the way to your house and run this so you had enough. Just that type of person. But he looks like the type, he'll take advantage of that shit. Like, it's just a matter of, come on, man. Please. I'm begging you. Like, it's getting ridiculous. I got 3 cars that are dinged up now. 3 cars dinged up. I'm constantly picking up trash. And the thing about it is, I don't have no beef with this guy. It's very inconsiderate. He's very, very inconsiderate. And it's getting old. And I don't know what to do at this point. You know? I'm going to let the neighbors this year, because they're ready. The other 3 neighbors, I don't know about the one on that side. I know that the ones on my side, they're ready. And the thing about it is, I wasn't the one talking shit. It was the one neighbor came to my house at like 10 o'clock at night banging on my door, because I guess they were banging on his door and he wasn't home. And they were pissed about some shit he had done or some shit he was doing. They finally got home from work and they came over here to confront him about it. And they banged on my door if I knew where he was. I was like, I don't know, because I don't speak to him like that. It's just, he's very inconsiderate. Then you get like the flies. He throws actual food. Instead of put that in a bag, in a grocery bag. If you're going to dump food out, put it in a grocery bag. Put that grocery bag in the garbage bag. Tie that bag up and put that bag in the garbage can. Don't throw raw food out in the recycle bin. And then I have a swarm of flies all in my backyard. Again, I live in a ranch home, so I have a 1-floor home. And it's all right there, 1 floor. Cement floor, walls. That's it. That's all we have right here in the whole neighborhood. That's the way the houses are around here. So when you got flies, his driveway at the end and my driveway at the end meet up at our back doors. Excuse me. So he's got flies and all kinds of stuff. The smells, it's ridiculous. Like, dude, look, everybody around here, they wash. It gets to the point where we try to keep it as clean as possible because we live towards a field. And there's issues around here. Like, and I tried to explain that to him. Like, look, dude, there's field mice. First of all, you got to deal with. In the summer, you got all kinds of bees and birds and ants. And I don't think anybody around here has roaches. But the way he's living, I'm scared I'm going to get roaches. So, how I feel about it. If you're coming from the projects or this is how you live, like a fucking slob. If you are a slob, please stay your ass in a slob area. You can keep yourself in an area where you're going to throw trash on the floor and all that happens. Because in the area where the majority of people live in, they do not live like this. And it's just insane. It's insane. And then I feel bad because, again, I don't want to beef with this man or his family. It's just inconsiderate. Like, right, the first day they moved in, I guess the first week they were living here, he was throwing he had, like, all his family members or whatever, whatnot, in and out the house. I'm like, cool, that don't bother me, like I said. But here goes the I have little girls. Well, I call them little girls. My girls are what, like 15, 16 years old. And I keep my girls are sheltered. I keep my girls to myself. Take them to school, do what they got to do, and I pick them up. They got things they got to do. But when I have them in the backyard and we're like a little bonfire back there, and here come his drunk brother to the end of the driveway, pulls his manhood out and takes a leak at the end of the driveway. You're drunk. You're a grown man. That smells. That brings flies. And it's just disgusting. Like, dude, I have girls sitting here. It's ridiculous. I flipped out. Like, I flipped out. Now that I really did flip out. Like, I just had a effing cow. I did. I had a effing cow. I went off. I just don't know what to do at this point. So, I'm not going to say shit else to him. I'm not going to say not one more thing to him. I'm going to let the neighbors handle it. Because I'm going to keep on picking my trash up. Here's the thing. One of the neighbors is the brother to his landlord. It's the brother to the guy who owns his home. So I might just have a conversation with him and have him come take pictures. I see how everything and let him handle it, because I can't keep dealing with this if you don't get your stuff together. And it's not about complaining about him. This is more or less about being considerate. Please be considerate to your neighbors. You don't have to associate with your neighbors. You don't. You don't have to be in their lives. You don't have to be hanging out. You don't have to do none of that. But if you live in an area, keep your stuff to you. Keep your stuff to yourself. Keep your trash to yourself. Keep your things to yourself. If you're out here working, like I said, he's a makeshift mechanic. I don't even think he's a real mechanic. He comes out here with all these tools. If you was a real mechanic, a mechanic loves his things. Because I know, because I'm a mechanic. A mechanic loves their tools. You're not going to leave your tools lying out anywhere for anybody to grab, especially if these are the tools that make you money. It's just, it is what it is. I know, because I fix my own cars. So when I come out here, I'll fix my own cars. And after I'm done fixing the cars, I clean up the whole area, make sure there's no screws or nothing lying around, because I'm in and out of driveway. I have 4 cars in my driveway. And then I'm in and out with the big truck, and I can't afford to keep popping tires. Here he go. He brings in a car that it's looked like it was from the 1800s, and it's just he's hammering and doing all kinds of tools and screws and nuts and everything all over the place. Like, it's just insane. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I've asked him several times. I've even picked up screws and handed it to him, like, don't this belong to one of your cars? He's like, oh my God. It's like, yeah. Like, I pulled it out of my tire. When you get people like that, it's just a matter of time. Like, I don't know what to do, because I actually am in the process of paying off my home. So I own my home. So he's renting. So it's a problem. It's a problem. And then when I told him about the car and my bumper and all that, well, my car must be special then, because I guess I can pull in. And I'm looking at him like, no, your car ain't special. It's the fact that I can't get out of my driveway without ripping my bumper off because you parked that damn car there. That's it. Please be courteous to your neighbors. You don't have to love them, but be respectful. Be considerate. That's all. Thanks. Bye.